Right, I think. Can we hear me? Perfect. So we're live, finally, and I've been given the great honor to present Strategic. Quite brief, but I will also start off with a quick question: is that anyone who doesn't want pizza after this, can they raise their hand? That's good. Everyone loves pizza, of course. Yeah, easy way to make myself more popular. I love it. Thank you for that. And if there's anyone who's like vegan, vegetarian, gluten, vegan, yep, perfect. Okay, good to know. Thank you. Or anything else, just let us know, and we'll take it from there. But I'll start by introducing Strategic, real quick, also quite close to me, right here. And who we are is we're quite a family of like strategy and technology craftspeople. So what we do is that we help different companies to become more data-driven and to use their data in different ways, whatever way that might be. And we try to do that with fun technologies and also with fun people overall. So yeah, I think that's quite briefly about us. And I'll just hand the word over to the star of the evening, Nune.
Thank you, Andreas. So, hi everybody. Good evening. Welcome to the presentation. So, first of all, thank you so much for being here. I know the weather is not so nice to be outside, but I appreciate that you make your way here and be here with me today. So, today the presentation is going to be about putting the power into the portals. So, mainly we're going to be talking about the Power Apps portal. All right. So first, let me introduce a little bit about myself so you get to know me, who I am. So my name is Nune Kongyai. I was born and raised in Bangkok, Thailand. Finished my bachelor in Bangkok, and after that, I got a year of internship in the States. And after that, I got accepted to a university in Germany and Sweden to do my master degree. So I got my master in software engineering. And after that, I spent about 4 years working in Germany, and that's where I started my career in the Microsoft ecosystem. I started as a support engineer at Microsoft Germany. Before, I had no idea about what the Dynamics product is, what is CRM, ERP, I have no idea. But since then, since I joined Microsoft, it was really, I felt really passionate about the product and really feel like has a lot of things that you can do and a lot of features, and it was really a good journey at Microsoft. So after 4 years in Germany, I moved to the States and changed my role from a support engineer to a consultant. So I was working in Michigan, United States for 6 years, and during that time I got to work in so many projects where I get to help a lot of customers in several industries. And that's also when I started to learn about the portal. I believe it was in 2016 when I got assigned like the first project for the portal. And yeah, and since then for some reason I got more and more projects about portals, and I became, people call me like a subject matter expert in the portal in the company. And just last year, I decided to move here to Sweden. So I moved in last October, so I'm fairly new, and my Swedish it's like from here maybe just like very ground level. All right, but I enjoy Myanmar so far. I'm looking forward to the summer here as well. So right now I am a Dynamics CRM consultant at Stratitech. Get to do a lot of interesting projects every day, and it keeps my passion going. So when I'm not working, I love traveling. I always if the weather allows, I like to make a short trip going somewhere. Or if I'm home, I like listening to music and watch Netflix. That's my thing. All right. So now let's get into our presentation. So today's goals is that when we finish this 45 minutes presentation, my expectation is that you would have better understanding about the portal. You understand what the portal is and when should you decide to use the portal and not the other apps. And I'm going to show you how to build a portal using a pre-built template. You will see how quickly you can spin up a portal within just some minutes and get the portal up and running. And also I'm going to customize the portal, show you how you can customize the portal using the JavaScript, and the liquid template. And lastly, I'm gonna also style the portal with the CSS, make it pretty. Okay, oh, and we're gonna keep the questions at the end of the presentation. All right. Okay, first let me ask you, has any one of you worked with the Power Apps portal before? Any of you? No? A little? Yeah. How about the Power Platform in general, like Canvas app or model-driven app or like Power Platform Suite, Power BI, things like that? No? Okay, cool. At least we have some people that know. All right, no problem at all because I'm going to be giving you some background about the Power Platform, Power Apps portal. So what is actually the portal? The portal is, if I would put just pick one word, for me it's a website. It's basically just a website, but is it a website that specifically built for a certain purpose, right? And it's called Power Apps portal because it is built on the Microsoft Power Platform. The goal of having the portal here is so that you can, is provide you a solution so you can quickly build a portal without having to build all the like everything from scratch. You can just spin up the portal like from the template and boom, you got it working. So with the portal, this is the external facing website that the main like goal is that you can share the data between the external user and the internal user. Let's say you're a company, you have internal people working, right? But you have your customers that you would like them to access your data. So those are external users. They don't have license to your software. Or you can also have user portal for that user can access anonymously. The Power Portal support a variety of the identities. That means you can log into the portal using your Facebook account, LinkedIn account, or like Microsoft account Azure. And another key thing about a Power Apps portal is that it has a responsive design that can fit all the devices. You don't need to worry about is it going to fit on your small mobile phone or tablet. It will work in all the devices, okay? And it is built on top of the Dataverse. So Dataverse is, for some of you that don't know, think of it as like a database in the cloud from Microsoft. So your data has to be stored in the Dataverse, okay? And then the portal is built on top of it. So your data source is in the Dataverse, okay? And it can also support the SharePoint integration and the Power BI integration. That means you can choose to store your documents in SharePoint and then show it in your portal. You can do that. And the story about the portal is originally it was from a company called like ADX Portal Studio, and Microsoft acquired it in I think 2015, and they developed it and they added into the Microsoft Dynamics CRM as an add-on. But now you can also use the portal without the Dynamics 365. You can just use it inside the Dataverse without the Microsoft the Dynamics. And another new functionality that I found recently is that you can enable a thing called progressive web app on the portal. As I said, a portal is a website, right? A website is not an app. But so in the past, you have to like open the browser, type the URL, boom, go to the portal. But now you can choose to enable it to make it look like an app with the app look and feel. That means once you enable it, you can also choose to have it like pinned on your home screen, and then it will, like the look and feel will look exactly like the app, and you can also publish it to the store, like App Store, and it will work on either Android or what's that called, iOS or other mobile platform. So that's something new that were just available, I think last year. Okay. Yes. Um, would you mind if we keep the questions until the end? Yeah, thank you. Because I have so many things that I would like to finish, and then we go to the questions after. All right. Okay, so now so now we understand what the portal is. Then the next question is, when should we use the portal? Because we know that on the Microsoft Power Platform, we have a thing called like Canvas app, model-driven app, and then we have the portal app. So um, just so you get a better understanding about the app. So in the Canvas app, you use it when like you have your own design, and you want to connect to many data source. Like if you have your source in like on-prem, um, on-prem, yeah, and then on the cloud or a different, API. If you have that kind of environment or scenario, you go with the Canvas app. But I mean, the Canvas app is more for like for the internal user and for only like guest share. So that means who wants to use Canvas app, you need a license, okay? Like the Power Apps license. And then we have a thing called model-driven app. This is when you have no idea about the design, you don't care about the design, you just want to, people work on, data entry, see all the data, and this is just for internal user, then you go with the model-driven app. But you use the portal when you want a website, and you also kind of make it like an app, and you want it to be working for external user and internal user, and also anonymous access. And you have like unpredictable set of users. You don't know how many people is going to come to your portal, and you want to set the record permission. That means for a certain group of user, you don't want them to see this kind of, you don't want them to see this data. Kind of you filter them by, like by row or like give a permission on the record. And lastly, the data must store in the Dataverse, as I said. Okay, so let's understand about the portal structure because we're gonna build later. So I just want to give you a background of like how the portal are structured. So since it's a website, so it contains many web pages, right? Many multiple web pages are combined into a portal, and a web page is built on top of a template because you're not going to build like um, each web page like every time, like if you have your own design, put in a template, right? And then you apply that template every time you build a web page. And in a web page, this is where you choose how to show or present your data. It could be a text free, like dynamic text or static text. Then you want to show a list, which we call, a list, a table, or you want to show like a form. So the main components of the portal is that you have web page, and on the web page you have form, you have list, and other things like images or other like HTML components. Okay. Now we come to the tools. We have two main tools that you can use to build a portal, and today I'm going to be switching between these two tools because each one has its own benefits. The first tool is called Portal Studio or the Portal Designer. This is like what you see is what you get tool. You can simply see how the web portal will look like, and then you can have another screen, have other screen seeing the code. You will use this designer tool in order to see the layout. Let's say for me, just like to see the layout of the web page. And let's say if you want to create a new page, you can do that here. You want to apply the theme, you want to review the template code, you can do it here. But mainly, I would say this is just to give you an idea of like how the portal layout would look like. But then, if you want to do something more advanced, you want to fine-tune your portal, then you would go to another tool, which is called Portal Management Tool. This is a model-driven app, which I'm going to show you later. In this portal management app, it has everything. It has the metadata of the portal, all the settings, all the table permissions, anything you want to, let's say, update your JavaScript, you want to add a CSS, everything you can do it here. Okay. All right, next is the liquid template. I guess this is pretty new. I think not everybody have heard about this before. Even like the first time I heard about this, like what is this language? Never sounds. It's an open source template language that was created by Shopify, but now it was Microsoft chose to integrate this language into the portal. So let's say when you want to customize a portal, of course JavaScript, jQuery, that's the thing for sure you can do for the front end page, right? But it also comes with the language called Liquid Template, which will allow you to add the dynamic content to the pages. and also create a variety of the custom templates. So you can see an example here that, if you want to get your user, the name of the logged in user, you don't need to do anything like query or anything. You can call this liquid template, and it will give you also those values. You can also use it to fetch for the fetch XML query, and also do like any logical statement if else that works as well. So I'm going to be using a little bit of this liquid template today in the demo. All right, just to give you background, okay? And next, before we build a portal, I want to talk a little bit about the portal templates. As I said before, that the Power Portal was evolved from the Dynamics. So before, it was just an add-on for the Dynamics 365. So you need to have a Dynamics 365 before you can, and then you add Portal on top. So, but now it's just like purely with the Dataverse. So you have two options. If your environment is just within the Dataverse, that means you don't have Dynamics 365. You can only create a portal from it's called starter portal, which is like a blank template, okay? But if you have Dynamics 365 environment, then you can choose, you have more options for the templates. You can do like customer self-service portal, or partner portal, employee self-service portal, community portal, or a blank one, or a customer portal. You have more options. Today, in our demo, I'm going to be, because I will just show you the most simple version of the portal. So we're going to do the starter portal, okay? All right, it's time to build a portal. And today, in my example, I'm going to build a job application portal. I think everyone is familiar with this kind of portal, right? At some point, you're going to have to use it. Cool. So in my job application portal, I just list of some requirements that I want to build. So first, I want to have a page that lists all the job openings, right? And then when I click on that, it should open up details of the job description, right? And then there should be a button say apply. When I click it, it should link my profile and create an application for me. And also there should be a section for me that I can enter my information, such as my address, my phone number, my education, work experiences, things like that. All right. So that's a basic requirement we're going to build today. And for the database, I have already built it beforehand because it takes some time to put all the data in. So I don't want to spend the time during here to create those. But basically, we have 4 tables. Okay. We have a job table that has like a job details table. We have another table for the applicant. That is like the person who logged in, like name, phone number, education, address, blah, blah, blah. And then we have an education table, which is linked to the applicant, right? And then we have an application table that is like a table that stores, okay, who is the applicant and what job do you apply for? So basically, we have 4 tables. All right, I'm going to switch to the my portal. So let me show you. This is going to be the end. Oh, can you see that? No? Sorry. Sorry for the technical difficulties. All right. So let's get back to the demo. So this is gonna be the end result, the ending of the portal. It should look something look like this. So on the landing page, we have. Okay, let's me first sign out. We're gonna have a landing page that show you some job list, right? And when you click on it, it will give you a job details where you can hit apply. And because I haven't logged in yet, so it will bring me to this login page. And then when I logged in, it bring me back to that job. Well, you know that it's going. I apply for this role, and then I can upload my resume or cover letter, and then submit. And also, I have my application section where I can see the application that I have already submitted. And also, I have a section say about me. That is where I can enter my information, and a small tab to go to another like section like education. So that's our goal for today. Let's see if we can make it. But at least I have some example to show you. But let's build it together. So to build a portal, of course, you first go to your go to make.powerapps.com and make sure you select the right environment. So I'm here in the Strategic Demo Solution environment. And what you're going to do is you click New App, and then you choose Portal. Okay. Then you just give your, the portal name and the address. This will verify if your URL, valid or it had already been used. And then select the language, and then hit Create. Okay. I'm not going to do this now because it takes like 10 minutes, about almost 10 minutes. But I have already built one, so I'm going to show you. Okay. How it looks like. So after you hit create, after 10 minutes pass, or maybe less than that, depends on your internet connection, you get a thing called, also if it's your first time, you're gonna have this thing, it's like a model-driven app called Portal Management. This is a tool that I mentioned. This is like contains all the, all the aspects of the portal. You can see the settings of the portal. You can see the, let's say, the website. So I have named my website Foo Café Job Portal, and you can see the templates, page, everything is in here, right? So that is created during the provision of the portal. And then, so my portal name was Foo Café Job Portal. So let's open it up. It will open the URL that I have chosen, right? And this is how it looks like. Well, I already logged in again, so sign out. Something like this, it's like nothing, customized, right? And then I have, this is my app that I have created, that's where I can show you, this is where the data resides. So I have created a job table, or it's called, in CRM, it's called a entity, job entity, and I have an applicants or contact, it's the same. And we have the job application. So this is where you can, this is for like a back end. Think of it as like for the back end user to see the data, okay? All right, so let's go to, let's check out the portal and create our first landing page, okay? So I'm gonna go to my portal app and click these three dots and then edit, okay? Ready, almost ready. Okay, it's ready. Ignore my error here, it's on something not related to the portal. Okay, so as you can see on the left side here, this is where you can navigate through all the pages in the portal. So by default there's like home page and then contact us, and this one I created, but I will explain you later. So on this home page, you can see that there are like three also sub pages. And you can choose if you want to add another subpage here, or depends on what you like. Or you click by clicking this new page button. And here, also on the left, you can add the components to your page. But first, you're gonna have to pick the section. Let's say I would like to add something like a list of the job openings in this section. So I select this section, and then hit plus. Then I can choose what component do I want to add. All right. Then the next button here is the theme. This is where you can choose, apply the theme to your portal. So you can see that it comes with some like default presets, like change with these different colors, and you can also edit your CSS file. You can upload your custom CSS file here. And I mean, you can also review, like you click on the CSS, then you can review all the CSS code and update, save, and it will publish to your portal right away. Okay. Next is the page templates. So this is, as I said, this is a template where the web page is built on top. So with this editor, you can review the template or you can modify the template. So like if we go back to this one on my home, you can see on the right side that, okay, this home page, the name is home. Since it's like a root page, so the URL is just like blank. And this page is using this template. Like I have other options to choose, but by default, it comes with the default Studio template, okay? And then this gear icon, this is for the setting. You can add a table permissions here. So I can show you real quick. So like I have already added, let's say because I have 4 tables that I created, like contact or applicant, education, job application. So I need to make sure that I have set the permission so that, you know, for example, this job, not job application, job page, for example, job table. I said that, yeah, for this job table, I give a global access to anyone. You don't have to log in. It can be viewed by authenticated user or anonymous user, because anyone can see the job, right? But you can already read, but you cannot delete or write or create. Okay, so that's how you set the permission. So I mean, you set the action, and then you select the roles, what kind of role you want them to, like, be able to work on this, you know, table or entity. And then the last thing here, this is a new thing that I mentioned. It's called Progressive Web App. If you enable this PWA, it's gonna make your app, make your portal look like a native app. So when you, like if you access from your mobile, it's gonna like make everything looks like an app, like full screen like an app. And you can choose to, you can choose a page that you want to make it work offline. So that's a cool thing about this feature, okay? All right, so let's go back to our page here. So first, what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to, I've got to show you. You see the little icon here? I mean, now you see the layout of the page. But if you want to see the code, you click this little icon. There you can see the source code, and you can make changes and save. And once you save, you click Sync Configuration. That will publish it, you know, to your portal page right away. So let's add a. I'm going to add. Well, first, I don't like this text. It's nothing to do with my job application portal. So I'm gonna change just to like hello, and then we're gonna customize it. And also, I don't need this link. I don't know why we need a link here. So I will just well, I'm gonna do it from here. So as you see, I changed to hello, and so here was changed as well. And then there is a button here that I don't want, so I can remove it. I don't need a button. And next, okay, I can save. The button will disappear. I'm going to add a list of the job openings. Okay. Close. So I select this section, click plus, and click list because we're going to show a list. And so let's go back. Before we add it here, let me show you a bit about how, okay, here, list. We come to the portal management and see the list. So in here, I have created 2 lists. One is called for job openings, right? Job openings, and this job opening list is using a job table and just show a view of active job. So like if I come to this, I have a job table, I have a view called active jobs. That means this view is gonna be the one that shows on the portal. So you can also create other views, you know, and then put the columns that you want, and then here you pick the view that you want to show. So in this case, I'm gonna show the active jobs, okay? And okay, so let's get back to this. Okay. So because my list already exists, so I'm gonna say use existing, and then I select my job opening list. Okay. And yeah, I don't want anyone to create a new job, so I'm not gonna check this. And I mean, you can also choose to, like, if you want allow user to edit or delete, you can check this box. But in my case, I will just like leave it blank because I just want to be a read-only view. Okay. And now we save already, so publish. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so now we have a list of the job, right? Next, I'm going back to the list here, and then if you scroll down, there is a field called like web page for details. So this is where you pick the page when the user click this one, like you want to open up the job details. So I'm going to add, I mean, the reason that I come here because you cannot do it from the designer. So you have to come to this portal management tool instead. And then you pick the page that you would like to show the job details, which, oh, I don't have, so let's make one. So I'm going to make a new page, okay, from here. And let's say name it job, website, and then the home is going to be the parent page, and then the URL will be just job, okay, and then the template will be this default stereo template. Publish, and then I select, okay, for this page I want to show the form. It's not a list, but it's a form, so I select the well, I don't have a form either. One second. Okay, so we're gonna need a form. So this will be a job form that shows the job table, and it just read only for the website. And it depends on the like ID passing in the URL. That's how you know what the job is. Okay. All right, now I have the job form. I'm going back to my web page. Sorry, I have it here. And then I'm gonna add, so let me choose a different template this time. I have another template that looks much better than the default one. So I'm gonna go with that. Sometimes it shows this kind of error. What you do is you just keep refreshing and it's gonna work. Yeah, like that. That's kind of non-issue, I guess. Okay, so now I have the job page, right? I can now go back to my list. My list. Okay, here that I said, okay, on my list, this is where I want to show the page details, like the job details. So I say job, save. Okay. So now let's check it out. One thing you need to know when you work in this portal management app, you make some changes, it doesn't appear right away. You're gonna have to, if you want it right away, you have to clear cache. Okay, so I'm going to open this cache page, but it's not showing because you need to log in as an admin. So I have my admin account. All right. Okay, so now let's try again. Okay, and then refresh. You can see that. So now this is clickable, and when I click it, it shows the job details. All right. But as you can see, it's like comes with a lot of like things that looks weird because if you look in my job here, I have it with the rich text editor. So when it's stored in the database, it stores also like HTML tags and everything. So when you display it, it's also display this HTML thing in your text field. So now here comes when you're gonna use a JavaScript to make it pretty. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to my to my form, to my page, sorry. So on the job details page, I said, okay, I want to make it a little nicer because I don't want those texts. So I go to the, sorry, maybe too fast. So on here on the job, and then you go to the localized content job, go to advanced. This is where you can add your JavaScript and a custom CSS, okay? So I have the code that I'm going to add it. I'm gonna take it from job. So this is a script that I have prepared. Okay. All right. So what I added is that whenever the form loads, okay, just take the value of this, sorry, this thing, and then like just get the actual inner text and not HTML thing. Okay. So let's test it. Refresh. Okay, so now it looks pretty with the JavaScript. And also in my script, I added a button also that, yeah, I also added a button that name apply, so that when I click apply, it should open up an apply page. Okay, so if you go back to this job, you can see the apply button here. But okay, this page not filed because I haven't built the apply page yet. All right, but I see that we getting closer. Like we only have 8 minutes left, and I mean the process is pretty similar. That first you have to build a base component, either a list or a form. So like in this case, you need a page for like job, like to apply for a job, and then you build a page on top. So I'm going to switch back to my first example that I show you, like the one that is ready, that's already up and running, and then we can take a look like how we how the things work. Okay. Okay. I mean it has exactly the same structure, but let's see. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go back to the web page. So I have an apply page created here, and basically my apply page, what it does is that it calls the entity from job application. Okay, and that's the form that I have built. I mean the form is, you understand the form? The form is something that this is the form. Sorry, there is no job applications. My apologies. Like this is my job application form. So I use this form as a base of my web page. Okay, so that's how you can add the okay, as you can see that here I use a different template, right? I use a default Studio one, but the other one that I chose, I use another template. So it really depends on the template. How are you gonna add your stuff here? I mean, if there are something that you feel like, oh, this line, this is like a different line. If you can know some CSS or HTML, like if you feel like you want this line to be showing on every pages, then you better have it in your template and not on each page. Similar to the CSS and the JavaScript, well, JavaScript has to be on each page. But the CSS one, if you feel like, okay, you just want this class to be on this page, then you add it to the page. But if you want it to be like available, like throughout the app or the portal, then you would do it in here in theme. Like for example, I can change to use like yeah, I want to change to use like orange theme, so I can just pick this one. I need to change right away, and then I can upload my CSS. Like for example, this one I have uploaded my CSS theme, and you can see that I mean it just the one that I will be using on all the pages or some pages, right? So that's how you can add the styling to your portal. So I mean I think at the end it's about how you design it. I personally try to keep things like placed in the where it's supposed to be used. Like I don't want to, let's say if this, let's say for example, go back here, Like for example, I have this CSS class just like for the landing title. I mean, it could be added just in the landing page and not one. But if you feel like, okay, I might be reusing this, then I would put it in, in like a global CSS file. Okay. Um, Another cool thing that we have some minutes, so I would like to show you is, let's go back here a little bit. You see on this one, okay, you see that we got like make it looks like a tab, right? But if you look at the design of the form, it's actually the form just have everything. Actually, like this section is also part of this one. It's in one page, but you can use the JavaScript. You can use like combination of the HTML and JavaScript to make it look like a tab. So let me show you real quick. I think this is something that I have, like from my experience, this is something that all the customer have asked for. Like they want to make it, the page should not be so long. You should kind of like group it in a nice and short. People don't like scrolling. So making a tab, that's always a solution. So let's look at the web page. That's for About Me. That's an About Me page. Okay. You can see how I do it. So basically, this one, I just create a div class, right? Like from the visual, it's just like a bullet, 2 bullets. But then I have a CSS class that make things look like a tab. Like put the, we can look at the, I guess I have it. No, okay, I move it here actually. Like I have all the CSS class that, make the background color, make the portion fit, to the screen and things like that. So that's, I mean, you can see that it's really powerful. You can do a lot. I mean, you feel like, oh, it's a form, but you can really do a lot with but need help with the JavaScript and the CSS styling. Okay. Although we are not able to build the whole page, like the whole portal as we plan, but at least you get an idea, how you can build the portal. You can set it up very quickly, not like 1 minute, okay, give it 10 minutes. But after that, really extensible, really up to you. Make it pretty. And another thing that, well, here you can also filter a job. I mean, and this is come out of the box. I didn't do anything about it. Like it just like a checkbox on the list that, oh, do you want to filter? Yes, 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 and then it shows up. I didn't do any customization. Yeah. All right. So we got 2 minutes. So I just want to give it a time for questions. And I mean, if you want to know more, like how I build this and how you can customize, we can talk about it after the pizza time. Oh, I guess we have a questions from the audience before about the licensing. So let me talk a little bit about it. So with the portal, you have to, I guess I can just show you this page because that's something that I have prepared as well. So from Microsoft, the license comes with the login count. So like it starts with the $200 per month, and that means you can have like 100, well, so I think, yeah, at least 100 logins per month. Okay, but so it's in the beginning you kind of have to think, okay, how many users you think will access your portal, and then you choose the plan that matches to your user account. But this is for like login authenticated user, and also there is also like a page view capacity for the anonymous user as well. Yeah, but I mean it's not like, I think it's not the same as like if it's like a Power App, a Canvas and Modern. If you don't have those, that's the license per user. But because for the portal you have external user that you cannot really know how many is gonna come, so it's more like a guesstimate of. Well, yeah, need help? No, thank you. Yeah.
So
Alright.
question from the YouTube
Yes.
followers. I don't know if you have already answered this one because this one has been around for a little while.
Sure.
What are the license requirements for the portal and its visitors?
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about actually. So here you can see on my screen that we have um, it's about how many logins you think you're gonna be having, visiting your portal. So starting, I mean, with the 200 bucks per month, and then start with like 100 login pages. But if you have more, if you think you're gonna have like thousands of users log in every, a month, then of course you pay more. So it's really a guesstimate of how many users we're gonna be using the portal, like external user who log into the portal.
So I have a follow-up question on this one is, if we have D365CE and would like to have a portal for users updating their general user information, their separate license required, or are they included in D365?
I think that has changed recently. Before, the portal was just an add-on for the D365, so it was like another license structure, like add-on license. But I think Microsoft had just moved it, so now everyone you have to go to this capacity license model. There is no just add-on. It is gonna go by the capacity. Mhm. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for the presentation. Really nice.
Thank you.
I'm wondering what is like Microsoft's target audience, target customer for this portal building software.
Well, it's really broad. I guess you can use it for any kind of any kind of requirements or sector. Like from my experience, I have built a portal for like healthcare, like a patient portal. We have built a portal for the government, for them, like for the anyone to want to request a funding by the government, that can be done by the portal. So let's say it has a valid use. You can use it for any many scenarios actually. University can also use, hospital, banking, really, yeah, a lot. So
Nice. Also wondering, with the 100 logins per month, is it 100 accounts or
no,
100
it's
logins?
100 logins a month. So if I log in, I go here. I'm sorry, where's my portal? Sign in, that count as one.
Okay.
Yeah, like in a day you can have many, but next day they count as a new one.
Like, so you can log in 10 times one day, and it
Yeah,
just
that's
counts
fine.
as one login, or
Yeah.
oh. Also, one more question. So
Sure.
like, it's really nice that you can do so much without knowing anything about coding.
Mhm.
Is it is that how it meant to make just like the
Yeah.
everything back end and front end super easy, so anybody
Exactly.
can
That's really the
access?
goal of the Power Platform. They want to make it like a low code, no code solution for anyone to build an app or to build a portal. If, as you can see, if I don't do any like JavaScript or CSS, you still already got a portal, right? I can already show the list of the job openings without doing any customization. So really, that's the goal. But um, to me, in reality, in business, you always have some like requirements that you're gonna add. So that's come the the customization, like the JavaScript and liquid template that you added. Mhm. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Thank you. I hope you enjoy and understand better now what the portal is. And if you have questions after the pizza, let me know. I'm happy to show you what I have built.